Some of you might know there's this band called Jane's Addiction. They are not a metal band. I don't know what you want to call them. I always consider them to be really lame, pretentious music for rich heroin addicts. But they just recently announced a big reunion tour. They were on that wavelength of 90s bands coming back for all that nostalgia money, and they could not hold it together for that long. Jane's Addiction concert ends abruptly after Perry Farrell assaults Dave Navarro, is forced off stage by crew. Because everyone loves seeing old men with gray hair get in drug-fueled fights on stage. It's really cool and fun when you're in your 20s and you're just trying all these things for the first time. Then it's cool to fight your band. But when you're a grandfather, it's not the best look. The incident happened late in Jane's Addiction set as the band was finishing the song Ocean Size. Farrell, who was reportedly mumbling lyrics most of the night, seemingly drunk or high, I would change that to seemingly drunk and high, aggressively bumped shoulders with Navarro and got in the guitarist's face and swore at him. A nice little fuck you. Like, what bro? Dave looks hilarious, like you just said. He's 50 or so, and he has that makeup, and he's just standing there like, what's going on? They tackled him like a Trump assassination attempt. Let's all be honest here. This is the most exciting thing to maybe ever happen at a Jane's Addiction show. So the people who were there, they got their money's worth. Jane's Addiction addresses stage fight. Perry Farrell's wife reveals more inside conflict. There were a bunch of comments from people saying at the shows that happened before this that he was apparently pretty incoherent and hard to understand. Seemed like a mess. Seemed like he's a little too old to be acting this way, let's be honest here. Jane's Addiction has spoken up, apologizing to the fans and stating that the next scheduled concert in Connecticut has been canceled, and now they canceled their whole tour. And just this morning released a new single. That was great timing for their PR team. So the band officially wrote, "We want to extend a heartfelt apology to our fans for the events that unfolded last night." Why? That was the most exciting thing you've done in your career. Keep the tour going and do it again. You don't even need any instruments. As a result, we will be canceling tomorrow night's show in Bridgeport. Refunds will be issued at your point of purchase, or if you purchased via a third-party reseller, reach out to them directly. Thank you, Jane's Addiction. In other words, if you purchased from a third-party seller, you're probably fucked. Rather than speculating, I thought to post a first-person account of what happened on stage with Jane's Addiction last night. Who? Perry Farrell and Dave Navarro. How? Clearly, there had been a lot of tension and animosity between the members, the magic that made the band so dynamic. Well, the dynamite was lit. Perry got up in Dave's face and body checked him. Animosity between the members, ... the magic that made the band so dynamic. Does she mean the magic that the band hated each other? That there was animosity? Perry's frustration had been mounting night after night. He felt that the stage volume had been extremely loud and his voice was being drowned out by the band. Does Perry Farrell not understand that he's performing at a live concert with a rock band? Perry had been suffering from tinnitus and a sore throat every night. But when the audience in the first row started complaining up to Perry, cussing at him that the band was playing too loud and that they couldn't hear him, Perry lost it. How believable do you guys think that is? Because obviously I'm not married to Perry Farrell. I wasn't at this show, so I can't say I know better than her, but from the looks of it, that doesn't really look like it. The band started the song Ocean before Perry was ready and did the count off. I guess that is something that actually happened. The stage volume was so loud at that point that Perry couldn't hear past the boom and the vibration of the instruments. I've played shows like that plenty of times. And by the end of the song, he wasn't singing, he was screaming just to be heard. Very professional. So who won the fight? This part is very interesting. Why, Eric Avery, of course. Apparently, Eric Avery is one of these guys who's hugging on Perry right now. While Dave was keeping Perry at arm's length to de-escalate the situation, you look confused. Dan rushed over to de-escalate as well by holding Perry back. Dave walked away to take his guitar off. Eric walked up to Perry upstage in the dark behind Dan, put Perry in a headlock and punched him in the stomach 3 times. Then Eric nonchalantly walked off to the front of the stage and apologized. Well, let's watch. So we got Drug Man going off, acting like a little kid. Got the first guy comes up telling him to stop. This guy walks up. There we go. Is that the headlock? Right there does look kind of awkward. There might have been some punches thrown there. The headlock looked kind of weak. I mean, I don't know. It sort of looked more like he just had him like stabilized there, but it didn't look like a headlock to take out. Maybe I'm wrong. See that guy? That did not look like the head. That does look like some punches. What was the aftermath? Dave still looked handsome for an old man in his 50s wearing makeup on stage, and cool in the middle of the fight. I don't know about that. Perry was a crazed beast for the next half an hour. He finally did not calm down, but did break down and cried and cried. That tends to happen when you're on a lot of drugs. Eric, well, he either didn't understand what de-escalation meant or took advantage of the situation and got in a few cheap shots at Perry. Well, this is my first person account narrative of what happened. Take a look at the video for yourself. I am. And one thing I do notice about this video is this guy. He comes up and his reaction is not like Dave looks surprised, like, what the hell are you doing? That guy walked up like, this has been happening a lot. And he's like, dude, stop. He didn't walk up confused, trying to understand. He looked immediately like the person at the party who goes up to someone blowing their shit and he's like, dude, you're doing it again. Like, calm down. So that makes me suspicious of it's much more than just what she's saying. And they came out in a statement and said, like, his mental health has been concerning for a bit. He's probably just old and on drugs. Tends to happen. Dave looks like a pilgrim who goes to raves every weekend. He looks like the guy who's been at Burning Man for way too long and it's just not like cool anymore. It's just kind of like, you probably have kids somewhere that just... Avery always hated Perry and declined the earlier reunions. Well, at least he got his shots in. Is Avery a member of the band? That makes it a hell of a lot funnier and makes more sense to me, honestly. If your singer's being a fucking dick and starts attacking your guitarist on stage and you're like, you know what, fuck you. This is the best show they've ever performed. Everyone there should hold on to that ticket. So if Avery's a member of the band, that makes that way funnier to me. The venue did them a favor drowning out Perry, right? In clips you can hear of him like singing before this happens, he does not sound good. He does not do himself any favors. So this was posted today. Jane's Addiction releases new single True Love with the picture of both of them. True love. Some people in the comments are immediately saying this seems staged, this seems like publicity stunt, and I could definitely understand that. It does make it suspicious. I do think it is entirely likely, though, that this was just terrible timing with the PR, because these things are planned out ahead of time. It's not like someone just decided, like, hey, let's just throw this up today. Like, this whole article was prepared ahead of time. So I would believe that this was not a publicity stunt, and it was just hilarious timing. Speaking of hilarious, this article that went up today, quote, in a recent interview with Rolling Stone, Makeup Face Navarro, Cake Face Navarro, that's a good one, Cake Face Dave, was asked about the possibility of a new full-length album from the reunited classic lineup of the band. He responded, that's more than likely going to happen. Whoever wrote this article, I understand that you had to get this single out here anyway, but like, you couldn't have just deleted this quote. He is 57 years old. Dave Navarro is 57 years old, wearing that fucking makeup on stage, skinnier than me, still getting in fights with his band members on stage. Dude, first of all, what fucking skin products does he use? Because goddamn, that motherfucker is 57 years old. Holy shit. I did not know that. I've been in this band since I was 17 or 18, ending at 57. They put this quote in the article about the new song and then buried down at the bottom. This past Monday, Jane's Addiction announced cancellation of the remaining tour dates following the fight on stage. It doesn't mention it until you're like halfway down the article, which is kind of funny. If someone hadn't heard of what happened, it was like, oh yeah, I used to like Jane's Addiction. I like this song. Oh, they're reunited. That's cool. What? And then they have to watch a video of a 57-year-old cake face fighting off an assumably older drug addict. How old is Perry Farrell? Let's see. That's fucking crazy, dude. He's 57. Perry Farrell looks like a vampire that's not doing good. Perry Farrell is 65 years old. Let's watch the video again. Perry Farrell is 65 years old, on drugs, fighting A 57-year-old. Damn. And people say that death metalers are violent. Let's 65-year-old acting like a stupid monkey on stage. Yelling incoherently. It makes it way funnier when you realize he's 65 and he's 57. What the fuck? Yeah, and this dude kind of tells me everything I need to know. His reaction of the like, yo, you're being a dick again right away tells me I want to see the bass player punch him. Oh, that adds a whole new level to what's going on. But there he is. I still don't think that was a headlock. He does look like he's punching him here, but that didn't look like a headlock. That's the best breakup of a band ever. That shit was hilarious. We got a comment. Screw the articles. Look at the videos people posted. Dave cued him for a solo and he lost his cool after feeling like they were playing over him, and they were because his vocals are brutal. Yeah, that's what I saw from videos of people who were there, that he did not sound good. He was not like crushing it and then the band was like jealous and played him off. He hits the bass player in the back of the head with a microphone during that scruffle. Really? Oh, is that why the bass player starts punching him then? That is so funny. No fucking way that dude is 65. I don't know how. That's what I'm saying. It's cool to fight your band on stage when you're 25. When you're 65, it's a little embarrassing. Interesting change of pace from all the tours getting canceled due to the lack of ticket sales. What if their tour wasn't selling well and this was their stunt to be like, you know what, let's just go out with a bang? I doubt it, but that's just a funny thought. For more from me, check out my band Dark Insanity. You can find us on Instagram, on Spotify, on all of the streaming platforms, on Bandcamp as well. We have our EP, Rabid Psychosis, out now. We've got merch available for the channel and for the band. Now you can get wyattsmetal t-shirts, Savior of Metal hats, Dark Insanity t-shirts, Dark Insanity weed bags. We've got everything. Links for all of my stuff can be found in the description of this video. Anyway, that's it for now, and I'll see you in the next video.